This is college football at its absolute best.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
I love it, baby.
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins.
By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better. We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now.
McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Sunday, May 7th. I hate to come to you at a time like this. Rainy, soggy. But it is what it is. We won't mention anything else and why it might not be fun, but we're back. We are back. And there is fun stuff to talk about. I don't want to pretend it's all doom and gloom. And I guess none of it's necessarily doom and gloom. It's just not fun. Today. But there is some fun stuff to talk about. So we'll get into that. It is good.
Losing sucks.
Yeah,
I don't wish for it on anybody. It sucks.
I do wish for it on some people, like Nick Saban.
That's fair, but I don't wish it on Tennessee fans.
No, not at all, not at all. Yeah, I mean, listen, it could be fun to be Kentucky and win a series and whatnot, but also, imagine killing 3 horses in a weekend that were supposed to race in Kentucky Derby, some of the best times in their lives, and they just die. Like, imagine
7,
being that kind
right?
of.
Are we up to 7?
7?
Yeah, I think
How is
7.
it not an investigation? What is PETA? Do your job. What is happening? You have horses just dying on you, left and right, front and center. Good Lord, get your stuff together, Kentucky. This is insane. That's what we're going to talk about in the show for an hour and a half. How PETA should do something about the people in Kentucky clearly out to kill horses.
Can we also talk about why everybody has to dress like that? Why big hats?
You don't like the hats? I'm kind of into the hats. Maybe I'm a hat guy.
You like the fedoras and the
They're not fedoras. They're a little bit bigger. They're derby hats.
Is that a real thing?
I think the hats women wear. I think those are actually.
No. I'm talking about guys too.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit bigger than fedoras, but I don't know the name of it.
Mm.
So no, good question. But I think fedoras a little bit smaller brim. I believe. Now you're quizzing me on my hat knowledge. I don't have it. So.
Yeah, you need to get your fedora game.
Definitely, dude. Definitely. I think part of a fedora game is confidence, and I don't have that.
Yeah,
fortunately,
there's a special kind of person to rock a fedora.
For sure. I like this tangent. It kind of made me forget about what we may have to talk about today. So we're gonna have to get back on that eventually.
It's our coping mechanism.
Yeah, and I think there's a good question to ask, kind of going back to the Kentucky thing. Like, how many horses has Mitch McConnell outlived at this point? Because it's starting to get questionable.
Yeah,
it's raising some great questions. I think that I don't know, maybe resign. I'm calling on Mitch McConnell to resign. You've outlived far too many Kentucky Derby racehorses that I think it's a disgrace. So Mitch McConnell and Knox County Commissioner, that's going to go unnamed at this point. He'll be named later. Resign.
He should. Yeah,
absolutely. All right. Well, we are going to talk baseball. I do want to give some good news. We're going to talk. We're going to get into the show. We're going to talk some sponsors. We've got some cool stickers. They're a little small, but here, I don't know. Some people might not like the small stickers, but there's definitely one of these is going on my cell phone when we get it in. We don't have it in yet, but these are awesome. We've got little celebrate. I'm sorry, I have this blurry background, so you know what it is. You get the idea. We've got that. We've got the more important issues. Shout out decal, and then we've got another special one coming in. I'm excited to reveal when it gets here.
Oh, so they're super small. I just assumed the one I got was small just because of the logo is kind of
Yeah, I think it's because the way the logos are, they're all not perfectly sized. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They're one of them's longer.
Really good. It's just a little small, but
they're small,
okay.
But it's also nice because
we got a deal. We got a steal and a deal for them, so it's cool.
Yeah, and I've also, I've got this laptop already covered. I've got Sorry, a lot of noises. Like this is already covered. Can you all see that? So like that's good. Like now I can put those on here. It's perfect. I think it's perfect for the sticker slappers, if you will.
I love that you showed me and it's completely blurry.
I don't know how. Should I just turn off this background? There's nothing behind me, but I kind of like it. I feel like it says this is who you should be looking at.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep it.
Yeah, I just like the plain. Maybe have like a fedora just hanging up, just one single fedora.
One. All right, I'll do that. I'll do that for the next show.
Yeah.
I'll expense it too, so it'll work out.
Yeah, or Negavol behind you or something.
All right, yeah, neon sign Negaball.
Yeah,
Nick, let's get on that. Alan sign, take care of me. We also, I don't know if you have it in front of you, Landon. I didn't prepare you, but we've also got a bat flip sticker. That's sexy. I mean, just call it what it is.
Behind me, I could grab it.
You don't have to. It's up to you, but it's on our Twitter. You can find it there.
Yeah, there you go. Just check Twitter. I don't feel like rolling back and knocking something over.
You don't have that plastic that just makes it super easy just to.
No, I don't. I probably should get that, but
yeah,
it's all good.
Awesome. I don't have it here, but it's awesome.
You got a sponsor.
We do have a sponsor. I'm going to tell them about them. Landon, change your name while I do that because Joey Boots is here.
God dang it.
But that is Landon that I'm talking to. I just noticed it. Guys, listen here.
It.
Right. Listen here. I'm going to tell you guys about Underdog. Underdog is Knoxville's best sports collectible store with a wide selection of UT cards, autographs, and memorabilia. Whether you're looking for a Peyton Manning autographed helmet or the most recent Topps baseball card release, you'll find it at Underdog. The shop is owned by UT graduates and proudly supports UT Sports by hosting NIL events throughout the year. Stop by the University Commons Shopping Center next to Publix and Domino's to check them out. Open 6 days a week with live YouTube shows 3 nights per week. Remember to always bet on the Underdog. I don't know where they're breathing that at. I'm musically trained, man, and I was struggling.
We need to write it in.
Yeah, I think so. A little breathe line. This is tough. We're living a tough life.
We are.
I got rained out today. 2 holes left.
Dude, you gotta push through.
I just didn't like. We played 16 holes dry, and you could see it coming in. And I was like, everyone was like, "What do y'all want to do?" And I was like, "I really don't want to get wet at this point."
Oh, so it was that bad up to that point, anyway.
What do you mean?
Like your golf game?
Yeah, but we got the vibes after that shotgun and dog. We got the vibes back. The vibes came back. Wasn't playing good, but the vibes were high.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought you were just like, one of those things. You're just kind of looking for a reason to be like, oh man, let's call this a wash.
If I had driven today and not ridden with people there, I've never left a game of golf early. Today I was close, and I played bad. Don't get me wrong, but it was more than that. So, golf course ate me up.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, Austin, did you see that rain? That storm? It was knocking power out.
Yeah, so my wife refuses to turn our air on. So it was like 77 in my house today. So she opened up my window and I left my room and I came back and there's water in my floor because it had rained so hard for 5 minutes.
Yeah, see, that we saw on the golf course, you could see that coming from a half mile away. And we were the first, we were maybe not the first, we were one of the first groups to leave. And then you could see everyone following us as that storm rolled in. So we got out of there. I'll stay dry. Haven't gotten wet since. Big deal.
So,
all right, baseball, yeah. Why did that get rained out? Why did that game not get rained out? What happened?
It's Tennessee, You just, it's so weird. After Friday, I'm thinking oh, dude, we got this in the bag. We're about to sweep Georgia.
And we're
about to host a regional.
Yeah, I really did feel like you were going to sweep, but talking about hosting, you didn't need to sweep to keep yourself moving towards hosting. You didn't need that. You just needed today after
you got to win a series on the road.
The road record scares me, man.
It does. Yeah.
It scares me.
2-11 is not great at all.
Yeah. It's kind of weird too. What's so different about it?
I don't know. I really don't. I really don't know the answer because it's not been a big. It wasn't a big deal last year, and I know what's the glaring difference is the pitching is a lot worse on the road than it is at home, and that doesn't make any sense. We got a smaller par. You should love to pitch at these parks, but it's just
Right.
I don't know, giving up 7 home runs this weekend, and I know, today Georgia just hit Drew Beam. I mean, yeah, he probably left some
Right.
over the plate, but
It's
they
my
just
fault. I wore purple.
yeah,
I should have done that. Leave it to him. Left it. I should have left it to him.
yeah, they just tattooed him.
His culture is not my costume.
Yeah,
I messed up.
and then defense doesn't help. You had
Right. I mean, I think that is what today, in my opinion, boiled down to. It all right. Drew Beam struggled.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, the turning of the tides happened with defensive errors.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what felt like was your moment that said we can't overcome this.
Yeah, you get back in the game. Cal Stark gets a home run. Jared Dickey singles to tie it, and then it's you have an error. You should have an out. They hit a 2-run home run, and it should have been 5-4 at the end of that inning. And I know a lot of people were just like, you should have taken Drew Beam out. I don't necessarily disagree, but also if you feel the baseball, it's 5-4 coming out of that inning, but it ends up being 8-4, and you just got back into it. All momentum you had is gone out the window, and 4 looks like a massive deficit at that point with 4 innings to go.
Yeah, it just got piled on. I think that's the take. I saw your tweet too. Like, it's totally fair to say Drew Beam didn't play his best game today. Like, he had to be pulled earlier, maybe, probably, yeah. But the deficit where he was overcomable without the errors.
Yeah,
and that's what ultimately ended up costing you. And it's one of those things. It's like Tennessee finds a way, and when they were struggling before the Vanderbilt series, they haven't really done it since then. When they struggle, they don't then turn around and shoot themselves in the foot like they did today and in series before Vanderbilt. The adversity that they get hit with that just happens in the run of games. Like, it's going to happen, and they found ways to overcome that. But it's impossible to overcome adversity when you're also making it hard on yourself.
Well, yeah, and it was like they just pulled everybody in. They sweep Vanderbilt. They who'd they sweep last week? Now I'm blanking.
God, I'm blanking. The Mississippi State.
Yeah,
in
Mississippi
there. Was
State.
that last week? Dude, I'm at full disclosure. Speaking of weeks and when things have occurred, the last 4 weeks, I can't tell you dates, times, where, what, when, how. Just it's all blur. I don't know.
That's old age.
There was no alcohol consumption in those time periods either that would do that to me. Just to be clear.
Yeah, just old age.
I guess. I don't know. I can't see. I can't think. I can't remember.
But you thought, tough. They're like, all right, well, you got to do it on the road. And then Friday night, you take care of business. You're like, oh, holy crap. This team is it. We found it. It's over. And what happened at the beginning of the season is far and gone. And then they went right back into that where they couldn't move runners. They have errors, leaving balls over the plate. And, they just look defeated with 2 outs and 2 strikes again. And you just can't do that.
And to be fair to kind of I don't know how full, I don't want to call it digression, because Saturday's loss didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like the losses that we're talking about that came before Vanderbilt. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know if it's I'm not prepared to also say trains back off the tracks kind of deal. I do think you've got to figure the problem is today's got to be the last time that stuff happens. Otherwise, you're not playing long in postseason.
Yeah.
That's stuff that can't be overcome. In June,
it's a series you're going to look back on, and probably the same thing with LSU and Missouri, that you're like, man,
especially Missouri,
if we just play cleaner baseball, we win that series.
Win the series, yeah. Again, I don't think those same problems. I'm not saying the problems that happened Saturday aren't frustrating aspects of it, but it's not, like you said, regrettable. You're not looking back and going, we did that to ourselves.
Well, Saturday, what a weird baseball game. Their starter goes out in the second pitch of the game. They bring in a kid who just pitched on Tuesday night against Kennesaw State and just destroyed us. When somebody's pumping 95, Tennessee can hit that all day. But when they have some guy throwing 89 to 90 and then throws an off-speed pitch of 78 to 80 miles an hour, Tennessee can't touch it. I don't know what it is, why it's so off. I don't know if it's just them not being prepared for it or what, but it just throws Tennessee off when something like that happens. But when they get a guy like, I mean, a really good pitcher like Cags against Florida, we pieced him up. We pieced Vanderbilt up. You knew exactly what you're getting, but that Saturday game was a guy that he wouldn't even sniff our starting rotation, and
you're right. Yeah,
we couldn't do anything with it. I mean, it was weird, man. I don't really understand it. I don't know what to think about it. I hope it's taken care of for this weekend, because good God, if we lose to Kentucky, this freaking jive turkey in the the YouTube chat.
I'm deleting his number. I'm blocking him. I'm not talking to him. I'll never buy a home. Never buy a home in my entire life.
Yeah, he's never going to let us live it down. So we got to get through this one. And also, absolutely. I mean, payback for last year.
For sure. And your comment about Saturday, frustrating, tough. It is. But again, it just was not the same frustrations that we face today. Not the same frustrations that occurred earlier in the season. That is my worry about today. Yeah. Is that it can't it's too late in the season. We talk about that window closing. It's too late to be doing that.
Yeah.
It's way too late.
Well, and it's been what is kind of keeping me honed back in, it's all right. I mean, it's just the SEC. I mean, look at everybody. It was
right. It's not panic level right
only
now.
Only one team this weekend won the series on the road, and that was Arkansas.
Wow, I like that, Landon.
Arkansas beat Mississippi State. You had Auburn beat LSU. A&M beat Florida. Kentucky swept South Carolina. Georgia beat us. Alabama beat Vandy, and Missouri beat Ole Miss. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I don't know.
The Kentucky one though is so frustrating. I know they go and win, and I get, but good Lord, man, if you can win this series, I want to pass them in the SEC. And then you could have done that with a series win next week. Just lined up perfectly. I hate Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'll say it gladly.
I just feel like you wanted to play at home as much as possible. And
for sure.
I'm just
that too.
With the record that you have on the road right now, and even if it's nothing, well, now it's becoming something, because the record, you're like, oh man, are we just that bad on the road? Or I feel like that kind of doubt just kind of creeps in a little bit when you look at it. So I don't know. You want to host a regional, but you're going to have to take care of business these next 2 weekends. Maybe you win a game or so in Hoover to make that happen for sure. But I mean, you didn't help yourself out any this weekend, and you had it.
Nope,
you had it.
No, it wasn't a fun weekend. Athens, I heard it sucks. I didn't. I lied, which makes it worse. But yeah, I hate Georgia too.
Yeah.
I hate every SEC team. I'd like to make that abundantly clear.
Mm-hmm.
I want to beat them all. Like you said, it sucks to lose.
Agreed. Yeah.
It also sucks to lose 7 racehorses, but Kentucky doesn't seem to care. So.
Who's not losing?
I don't know what to think about that.
Or losing, I guess, a lot. I guess they lost today. Tennessee softball.
Dude, shout out to the softball team.
SEC champs, number 1 seed in the SEC tournament.
I don't think this is a bold take either. This has nothing to do with their actual game, the way they play. Tennessee softball has the best uniforms on campus. Football has gotten close now with the recent changes. Tennessee softball has the best uniforms on campus. No doubt in my mind. Did you see the blues that they won in?
Yeah, I like the blues. I like the orange pinstripes. I think that looks good.
The orange pinstripes. I don't know how they would look on a baseball jersey. I want them to look good. And maybe it should just be a softball thing, which is fine. They just look amazing, though.
They do. They got a little swagger to them. Maybe they could use some of that. I mean, I know this has nothing to do with actual baseball, but the way we were striking out with on the softball field, the way the baseball team was, that was probably not great in terms of trying to hit a ball. I don't know when that was filmed or anything like that, but I just know so they made a video of them going up against a softball pitcher. I don't know when it was taken.
Oh, I missed this.
Yeah, but it was posted this week. So I'm hoping that they didn't just do that this week, because that does not make a lot of sense.
I missed that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Who was hitting? I don't want to call anybody out since you said they were striking out, but who was hitting?
Christian Moore was one of them. But he hit well
man.
this weekend.
Our guy.
So.
Yeah, I can't. Okay, well, shake that off then,
Yeah.
Landon. What are you doing? I thought you were going to go after the gray jerseys. That's where I thought you were starting with. You don't like the gray jerseys, and you're going to use any chance you can to get rid of them.
Well, I think you won with them on Friday.
Right, you did, but I thought that's what you were going after,
God.
which is weird. I feel like you like wearing your gray jersey.
I do. Like
I don't know if it's comfortable,
It's an easy, like, dry fit jersey.
but you don't like the look of it.
I don't
on the field. I'm not
on
a
the
fan.
field.
You won't hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
You won't hurt my
no, I
feelings.
don't.
I think too with the black. I think the black looks to me more Tennessee. Like it pops the orange better.
Yeah.
So now that you have the black, you have the pinstripes.
I just don't like the gray
the cream.
pants. Or maybe I don't like the whole uniform gray. I
love the hat. I love that.
I don't necessarily hate the orange top, gray pants, but I don't really like all gray.
You know what I'd like to see? I'm sorry, we're tangenting because we don't want to talk about the loss. They sell the orange Vols script, the white Vols script.
Yeah,
I think we need that, and I love the icy whites that we have now. Those look great. But the script white looks really good too. Obviously, we've never worn that, but the jersey they sell looks really good.
I would like to see orange pants.
Oh, I wonder how that would look on a baseball uniform. Think it'd look good? Or
can we go black pants? Is that too
black pants, orange top?
Yeah. See what that looks like.
Can we get a picture first before I see it on the field?
So Landon Allen just said, at least our coach isn't throwing games. What a moron.
Well, I mean, guys, listen, Landon was playing shuffleboard last night, and I mean, he looked like freaking Brad Bohannon. You could have convinced me he was throwing that game. It was.
Dude, we were winning when you took over.
We won because of me.
But we also almost lost because of you.
No, you said you can't do that now. You can't use that against me now. I tried to say that, and you can't do that. But yeah, no, I mean, at least he isn't throwing games. I don't know. Maybe I kind of like that now to know we lost on purpose.
Yeah. It's definitely an excuse.
It might make me feel better.
Yeah, maybe it's an excuse.
Oh.
Yeah, just tough. Got to figure it out.
It's a tough weekend. And again, if it wasn't lost that same way that happened today with the just not playing great, but then the compounding mistakes and it hurts.
And another thing, people were like, "Oh, Burns should have came in." Well, Burns could have came in, and guess what? We still have to score a run to win, and we did.
Yeah, right. So, and I mean, AJ Russell came in and was dealing.
Yeah, he pitched well. I don't know. Maybe it was because we were down by so much at that point that everybody kind of thought it was over. But I mean, if you think any game is over with Tennessee, you need to go back and watch that Wright State game.
Yeah, I would have liked to do that today. It was very sad to John. See again, listen. John Wilkerson calls games good. Austin tried to call me out like I didn't keep up with the game, like I didn't listen to it on the golf course. I bring a speaker out there to listen to games when I'm playing during them. I mean, the sadness in John Wilkerson's voice when he said, going into the ninth inning, Georgia 8, Tennessee. Or no, was it 9 at that point?
Yeah.
Georgia 9, Tennessee 4. I was like, yeah, that's about how I feel right now. See, that didn't help my golf game. I was pretty mad about outside factors as well.
Is that the same same tone of voice that Kessling has with a Tennessee home run?
That's you just heard a Tennessee touch. You heard a Tennessee touchdown just now from Bob. Yeah. So after, once I finished up with the front 9, Tennessee's game was over, and it all kind of flipped the script, man. It was nice. Yeah. Vibes changed.
We'll talk more about baseball on the bat flip. That'll be out tomorrow.
Yeah,
we'll
good. Do that.
Yeah, we'll get down and dirty in it, but yeah, just a tough weekend overall. But you can't dwell on it too much. You got to turn around and play Tuesday, and then and then you got
you got to go. You got to really. It's at home first off, and for whatever reason, you're not just better at home. You're a different team at home, so got to make it happen this weekend, and then you got to figure out a way to play on the road. That South Carolina series was one of those that I was like, hey man, you got to get a win. Now it's like, hey, you got to get a series win.
Yeah. Also, let's stop pitching to opposing teams' first baseman. I mean, it's unreal. It was.
What do you think the average? What do you think the average is for first
Oh
baseman?
man, I would love to have the time to like go through and look at that, but I don't.
Dylan does
Because
even
it's
do it
not
in the
because
next
I don't have
45 minutes
time.
for us.
It's just because that I really don't want
Well-
to see what those numbers look like.
And to be fair, that would be incredibly time consuming as well.
Yeah, I mean, just
Just to
going
find the
back
first,
to
dig
like
out the first baseman.
Florida, like Cags, and then you got Hunter Hines at Mississippi State.
There are some really good hitting first basemen though, also
Yeah.
on SEC rosters. To be fair to that equation, it's not just they play well against Tennessee either.
Yeah, and our first baseman.
This isn't. We're not creating Heisman contenders out of thin air like the football team. That's not happening.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Or
talked about it.
Everybody on South Carolina's roster is going to win a Heisman. Duh. I mean, they were
Probably.
like,
I mean,
they were like banking on Marshawn Lloyd winning a Heisman last year. I was like, what?
Interesting. I think you have to win more games. First
And then
off,
he transferred.
I mean, there's
crowned him as a
rumors
Heisman
history.
winner, and then he transferred.
They start running the campaign. They've deleted those tweets.
Yeah.
I mean, people are saying that the Vols got Anthony Richardson drafted in the top 10, top 5. So
We got a question.
I don't
Are
know.
you
Who's to
slamming a
say?
Mountain Dew right now?
yes, dude, this has been clutch. I got it with a Weigel's pizza today for lunch.
Damn.
You have to, dude. When you get gas station pizza, the rule is you have to get the most redneck drink they have, and it's Mountain Dew by a long shot.
Dude, RIP to your stomach.
What?
Weigel's Pizza?
What?
Dude, it's okay. It's one thing to do it like in, a couple years ago, but now like you have IBS too.
Why? What?
Yes.
Weigel's pizza. No, I will not listen to this blasphemous statement.
Weigel's
I don't
pizza
want
is
to.
not-
Landon, you're
It's not
don't get me
good.
started on this. Just stop talking. Don't get me started on this.
It's
Don't.
not good. I'm
don't
not
do it.
saying I wouldn't eat it, but it's not good.
It's like I said, it's gas station pizza because it's in a gas station. It's not gas station pizza. It's that good.
No. I would eat one. Let's
Move on because I'm not gonna move on. You're gonna have to be the one to move on.
I mean,
You are, unless you want to stay in this conversation.
somebody said I sound like I'm Circle Park. No, that's not true. I have eaten Weigel's Pizza, and I would eat Weigel's Pizza. I'm not saying it's good pizza.
So why are you coming at me for eating it?
I'm
today?
just saying that it would destroy my stomach if I tried to eat that.
What?
Yes,
You eat Taco Bell?
and it destroys my stomach too.
Okay, so we're not. So I just feel like you're saying you're putting a negative connotation on Weigel's Pizza saying that, but truth be told, it has no negative connotation. Let's just get that out there.
Yeah,
Fair?
that's what I'm saying.
Okay. All
I
right.
didn't
I
have
just need
any
to, I need to-
negative comments to it. I just said it
I
would
think-
destroy your stomach.
I think listen, I think the listeners would agree you made that sounded negative. So I just need to establish it's not negative. Fair?
Hey,
I'm not coming at you. I'm just
well-
trying to clarify for the
Well,
listeners.
you might not be coming after me, but everybody else is in this chat, and I don't.
That's what I'm
appreciate
saying, Landon. I'm trying to get you in the
it.
clear.
Well, I would never leave a tailgate to go to Circle Park. So what do you have to
You
say
might.
about that?
I
Well,
mean,
not you.
fair, same-
I'm talking
same
about
point.
the chat.
And yeah, Austin, I am a gas station pizza connoisseur. If you get gas station pizza, if you get gas station food at all, you have to get a Mountain Dew. No other options. At Weigel's, I will allow their peach tea because it's that good. You can skip the Mountain Dew if you'd like.
Unreal. Yeah, I'm not going to your wedding this weekend. How about that?
If they don't have Weigel's pizza, I won't be there.
All right, what's next?
We got another bad news. Maybe we should cycle through this real quick. BJ Edwards enters is how I'd say it as my country self. Enters is probably the correct way to say it. Definitely the correct way to say it. The transfer portal. It's tough. I think he had a lot of potential, bright future. But maybe frustrated with, and like, we talked about last night, someone had to go.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's the guy to go. And some people I think maybe a little worried, and I think maybe it was the guy being injured right now, but remember he should be back by start of the season. And I mean, if he's frustrated with his playing time this year, I get being frustrated with playing time. You're a competitor. But if you don't understand about your playing time this year, I don't know how to help you. Because we talked about it. It's not like he didn't have chances, and maybe he wasn't. Maybe not all of them were the best situation to prove yourself, but also if you want to play in the SEC, don't expect to always have the best chances.
Yeah,
I hate it.
And like,
I thought he had potential.
well, it's weird because like he is a Knoxville kid, and if he wasn't a Knoxville kid, I feel like people wouldn't really be that upset about it. I mean, he averaged 1.2 points per game. And like you said, he had his chances to kind of get in the game. Even when Zakai was out, like he had an opportunity to like take over that role, and he just didn't. And I don't know if it's necessarily his fault. He wasn't ready, like whatever. But if your reasoning it to leave is because of your playing time, like it's not like you just went and got it either.
Right. And that may be a very small factor. I don't know his reasoning.
But also, like,
and it might be more.
Why are we like recruiting local kids? I mean, it happens every time.
Doesn't work out.
No, it never works out. And like, I hate to say that because I think Tennessee basketball fans really would like some of these guys to work out, but
right
in this
I think
age of the transfer portal, it doesn't seem like it's going to.
Yeah, probably not. But I mean, and Pember's different. Yeah, Pember was successful, but like, I'm sure it's D1 basketball, played in the NCAA tournament. But as far as season goes, well, like he was playing in the SoCon.
Yeah.
So, and I'm happy for him. Good. I thought that's where he should have been originally in that, Tennessee Tech in the Ohio Valley or SoCon type conference. I thought that was the best situation for him. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy to see him doing well. I just didn't think the SEC was where he should have been. And so I think it worked out. And, I'm kind of curious to see where BJ does land because I do think he has a lot of potential. You talked about, it hadn't worked out for local kids. I really think if BJ's a 4-year guy here, I think he has a good career. I don't know what his role is entirely. I don't know how important it is, all that good stuff, but I think he has a good career. I think everyone's happy at the end of the day at the end of 4 years of these here.
Yeah, and like I think he would want a bigger role next year. With everybody you got coming back at that guard position, I just don't think there's going to be – he might have a little more of a role, but it's not going to be much more than he had this year. So maybe the writing was on the wall that, hey, man, you're probably not going to play a lot next year either.
Yeah, potentially.
I still don't understand like why –
I don't know if he does.
And maybe this was just like they try to give him chances. I don't understand why you just didn't redshirt him.
Yeah, honestly. But
I mean, you did it with DJ Jefferson. I don't know why you couldn't do it with BJ Edwards.
Right. Maybe it was that guard. I mean, that especially ball handler guard. Oh. Whew. Landon kept me out late last night. Position was obviously much thinner. So, like, there was a quote-unquote use for him, but he never filled the void. Yeah. Maybe that's why you don't kind of take the initiative because DJ Jefferson was a redshirt the whole time. Like there was never like you don't get into the run of the season. They had kind of decided that was going to be the case. So
yeah, it sucks.
Which we've talked about it. Basketball redshirts kind of dumb. They can't play any games, and football gets 4, right?
Yeah, and like BJ Edwards played in 14 games. It says he played 4.3 minutes.
Minutes wise, not even close to 30.
Yeah, I feel like there needs to be another rule with that.
Well, that's 33. No, it's more than that, right? That's 25% of games. Sorry, less than that. So just make it that 25% of games. If you play in more than 25% of games, you can't take a red shirt.
10 or I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, something. Yeah, because especially for larger school or it's like Tennessee. Where they play these, even the ones out of exhibition, when you play those schools, you want to get the 15 guys on your bench or 10 guys on your bench in the game.
Right.
And that, like DJ, I guess it sucks that DJ Jefferson, we didn't get to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I with Freddie DeLeon and,
right.
You got your transfers coming in, Jordan Gainey and, God, who's the, Muscovy, Zakai, Meshack. Who is the other transfer from Northern Colorado?
He's not a guard, is he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's a guard.
Oh,
Ledlam from Well,
Ledlam's
yeah,
a forward, yeah.
yeah. Ledlam's a forward. Yeah, he's a guard. He's a bigger guard, but he's played guard all of his life because he just hit a growth spurt
I
at
thought he was
like
a
Northern
wing.
Colorado.
Yeah, you did mention that.
Yeah. He's
He's not a ball handler, or he's not your primary ball handler, I should say.
right.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I don't know if we talked about the redshirt situation. I mean, we didn't say all that to say that would 100% have fixed, maybe not be the right word, but kept BJ Edwards on campus. But we just want to talk about any chance we get to bash the NCAA and their stupid rules, we're going to take. So
Right. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice, like, talking about transfers, it would be nice if one of these transfers that transferred in, like, actually had a good season.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
I mean, just like hardly any production from. I mean, Tyree Key, I think you could probably argue he's been the most productive one. And I wouldn't say he was super productive, but he was probably the most productive one that we've had in a while.
Definitely over Anasicki, who I thought, which I mean, maybe I just
Daniel.
Yeah, which we knew, we knew Anasicki coming from a smaller school was going to be tough, but I just really thought his size and the way that Barnes likes to play would have been very beneficial, and it just didn't work.
Yep.
I forget Urosh was a transfer. I almost don't count those guys who didn't really play at other schools. So maybe that's why.
Like we're like, oh, dude, a 7-footer that can hit a three. He can't even hit a free throw or a layup. If we're just being completely honest, he can't dunk. I don't really think he can dunk most days. He doesn't jump.
That's a take for sure.
He doesn't jump. God, just talking about basketball, it just makes me kind of depressed.
All right, well, I got some good news at least.
Okay.
Tennessee got to commit this week.
Football, yeah, baby.
Football's rolling, baby. Yeah, I guess I should have clarified that since we're.
I guess that it is nice to be like good in multiple sports where you can have something to just talk about when you want to like get the positivity.
We're moving away from some things that we're not happy to talk about. So.
Yeah. Austin said, "Is Urosh coming back?" Hell no. We don't want him back. I don't think anybody.
Where's Hunter Dickinson going?
Kansas.
Oh, he's not going to Kentucky?
No.
That's weird. I thought that was a lock.
Yeah. Cal can't close. Triple C, baby.
That's 30. We made it 37 minutes, to be fair, on the end of this show. So
Cal can't close on grown men. He's like very good at.
That's very. Does that not seem predatorial to you? That
yeah,
he can convince all the 17-year-olds to come,
yeah.
but the 22-year-olds no. That's very weird.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of makes me question what's happening there. You got like 3-year-old racehorses dying, 17-year-olds that are dying to play for Cal. The healthy adults seem to be doing what they need to do, and then you got the other healthy adults that don't want to touch Lexington. It's weird and questionable, and I think the right people listen. If Mitch McConnell can do what he needs to do about Cal and can get can take care of whatever's going on at the breeders. I mean, I think that would be I think he could keep his job. We called for it earlier. I think if he took care of Cal, I think we could rescind that.
Also, can we since we're talking about these horses and does Bohannon have anything to do with that? Did he bet on a horse this weekend?
Yeah, we need to check that dude's bet slip for sure.
Good God.
That dude is not he's got to be questioned and viewed in everything right now.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. All right. Oh, man. Where were we at?
Tennessee got a football commit. 4-star edge.
Josh Heupel can close.
He can close, yes.
Print the headlines.
4-star edge, Kellen Lindstrom commits. He's 6'6", 240 pounds out of, where's he at? Out of Springfield, Missouri. And I think this is a big commit. Number one, he's massive. 6'6", 240. Also, speaking of can't close, Eli Drinkowitz sucks in his home.
He wasn't even in them. They weren't even in the mix, were they?
No. It was between Tennessee and Oklahoma, and Tennessee got that locked down. Also, he's ranked as number 6 player in Missouri. Tennessee is also in with the top 3, I think, in that state, and Ryan Wingo, Jaden Riddell and Williams Nerwanery. I don't know if I said that right, but those are the three top players in the state of Missouri. So I don't know if they have any kind of relationship or anything like that, but I do think Tennessee is really making that state a priority. And Drinkowitz, I mean, last year you signed Shadavian Bradley, who is an edge out of Missouri, and now you're landing another guy. Also, having at least one white guy on your defensive line is a must.
Interesting. That's an interesting take. I do want to, before we move away from the Missouri thing, I wonder if Josh Heupel was to get fired for any reason and NCAA violations fell. I wonder if Eli Drinkowitz would get to claim those recruits because of that.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. He should. Yeah.
I think he should too. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe he's kind of banking on that. That's why he hadn't been just worrying about closing those guys.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'll get to claim them one day, I think.
Yeah, I think, Lindstrom was more interested in like storming the field, winning football games instead of just a couple rocks behind the.
They did play Georgia close though. That's big ups.
So he's claiming that win.
Yeah, when those violations come down in a couple years for Kirby, for sure.
How many? So I think it was last week we talked about the UAB coaches have been around 11 first rounders.
Yeah, I counted first rounders. 12. Yeah. I counted. I went back and counted. I've been around 12.
12? Okay, 12. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, good for you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Get this guy a job. Get this man to Birmingham.
We're trying. No, thank you. We're trying to get better. Going for 13 next year. That was just this draft. That was just this draft.
Oh, dude, easy.
Yeah. So 13 next year's the goal.
Okay.
Moderate. We're gonna get to 32 one day.
I love it.
Yeah.
So how many do you think Drinkowitz has been around?
Oh, 0.
I feel like that's a stat Missouri would tweet. Like they've been around 11 first-round draft picks. We've been around 11 5-star recruits in our time.
Yeah, if you count the ones that were, voided by violations, 11 for sure.
Do you remember his first year when they had that video of him like going nuts after he landed a recruit, and it was like the only 4-star that he landed in that class?
I didn't know it was a 4-star. I thought that one was a 3-star. Was it a 4-star? That's better, I guess.
I think it was borderline.
Okay.
I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's fair. I mean, I'm glad you're happy that you got your guy. You're showing some love, but that might not be the video you need to drop.
Right. Yeah.
Listen, dude's a dork, and he think he knows it. Does he know it? He acts kind of like he knows it. So that's okay in my book, but App State got better when he left, brother.
They did. They can score points.
But hey, I always say, leave it better than you found it. Shout out to Drinkowitz. The next step, Missouri, is to fire him. You're welcome.
God, who would they get next? Derek Mason?
I don't think he has a job right now. That might be the move.
Is he not a coordinator somewhere?
I think he did get one. I think you're right. Where'd he go? Yeah, hit that Google button. I hear it. Waiting for it.
Oh, this is weird. For it. Oklahoma State defensive coordinator taking sabbatical.
That's right. Yep. I think he took it. What date was that? I want to say it was like towards the end of the season. I don't think it was over yet.
It was January 12th is when this article was
written. Never mind. For some reason, I was thinking they were still playing. Yeah, that's right. Oklahoma State.
Wow. Good for him going to the Big 12 where they don't play defense.
Yeah.
What a job.
Do you have to? Yeah, I didn't know they had defensive coordinators in that league.
Right. Yeah. I just thought they were just NA. Like, we don't need one. We're good.
By committee.
Yeah.
You know the old saying, if you have 2 defensive coordinators, you don't have one.
You can always wear a vest in Oklahoma, so bring it with you.
Can you? I feel like that's one state you can't. Leather. It's got to be leather.
Yeah.
Can't be that puffer.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you think they still have that up?
Probably.
I mean, it was.
I mean, what else are you going to put in that trophy case? Besides, like all their bowling championships or whatever they have, I don't even know if you can put them in a trophy case because it's a club sport.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm trying to think of anything they've accomplished. Oh, they went 5-5 against Tennessee during Tennessee's worst 10 years in football history. That's pretty good. I mean, listen.
They did beat us, like me and you. when we were in
No.
Nashville.
We won that night. That was a great night. We won.
It was a great night after we drank our sorrows away. Couldn't remember it.
I mean, I got away with hitting a guy with a beer bottle and no repercussions.
It's very Nashville of you.
It was a Bud Light, I'm pretty sure. We'll have to go back and video review that scene. That is one of my favorite videos. The immediate just shock on my face.
Oh yeah, that guy's like, "Oh no, you're good. You're good." It was hard enough where it made like a noise, like you heard it hit his head.
You could see the knot immediately on his head because he was bald. Not me bald. He was bald. That dude's been attacked.
I love that there's different levels of baldness.
There definitely is.
I know, but it's
okay.
You had to specify though that you are on this level and not his level.
Yeah, I probably should be on his level, but I'm not yet. He's definitely been attacked by eagles for sure. That dude's had to fend off some predator birds. Let's make fun of some more SEC coaches. That's way more fun than being sad. Which, I mean, we were talking about a commit, but I just can't overcome what I experienced today.
Yeah.
When are we going to fire Nick Saban?
Dude.
How long can Alabama stand for this cheating scandal that clearly involves Nick Saban?
I heard he's with Epstein.
Yeah, they're waiting to release the flight logs, but I've got a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who's seen him, and he was, yeah.
Oh, we were talking about. Well, I kind of want to get away from this because I feel like this is a slippery slope.
So yeah, this is parody. To be clear.
Yeah, let's go to having a white defensive lineman. I feel like it's a much needed.
I am interested to hear your reasoning for this.
I just feel like in college we always had that one just.
You think he's nasty? You think this dude's nasty? He's got that, because I agree with that. Yeah.
Like you want to have that one that's got that dog in him. And it has nothing to do with really skin color, but I just feel like it kind of balances out. You're like, oh, dude, we have this white dude that's, really underrated and good.
He drinks Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Like every defensive lineman from Wisconsin, like we need one of those.
Yeah. Cold. They don't know what cold weather is. They've never experienced it.
Right.
Because they've lived it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
no, I don't disagree with that. You definitely need some nasty in you.
Like Danny O'Brien, before the Coke.
Yeah, dude, that old Coca-Cola sucked. Or new Coca-Cola sucked. God bless. Disavow. What are we doing?
Hey, it's the off season, baby. That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
but 6'6",
I like this commitment. I like this commitment. He's a 4-star composite. Yeah, I don't know if he has that nasty in him. He's got some good good hair.
I watched his. Now they are highlights, but dude can pack a punch.
Good for him. Yeah, I mean,
he's quick.
Listen, Rodney Garner likes you first off. I'm in.
Exactly. Also, Tennessee is up to 9th in the On3 recruiting rankings. So moving on up.
It.
Yep. Stack those classes, baby. We got 11 commits already, which is wild. It's May.
A lot of momentum from last season. Obviously you'll see some decommitment, but I'm not shocked where the momentum's at right now.
Yeah.
There's hype on Rocky Top. It should for sure. Tennessee, we've talked about it, where Tennessee's kind of always been in the mix. The power T sells itself, but to be where they're at right now comes with what happened this season. And if they're going to get better, they've got to continue to build on that momentum and that hype.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I like it. And Missouri, we've got Tony Vitello's stomping grounds. You talk about a guy being a little nasty in him. Vitello's got a little nasty in him. Might be
Yeah.
Missouri might be growing some nasties out there.
They must. Too bad the University of Missouri is not landing them, but we'll take them.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't shock me. It's a safe space up there. I think Will Compton's from Missouri.
Is he?
I think. Yeah. We're going for year 10 this year. I think he's done. I don't know.
Yeah, speaking of Coke.
Oh?
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah, we need to rescind a lot that's been said tonight, but it's all joke.
Yeah.
It's all parody.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna remember the word I said on this when we leave. During this, I just get into a mode where I just black
Well,
out.
that's the thing
Whenever
is,
I
like,
say it doesn't go.
we try to tweet out like clips and stuff of the show, but like I hate doing it because I hate listening to myself talk again.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like,
so I'm so
man,
sorry
did
that
I
you all
say
have
that?
to
I
listen
sound like
to
a
it the first
moron.
time.
Yeah,
I just hate the sound of my voice.
that's it.
I'm so glad my internal voice sounds far different from my actual voice.
Yeah.
Feels
I
good.
feel that. My mom's calling me. She knows exactly when I record every
Answer
week.
it. Let's talk to
No,
her. Answer
no.
it. Answer it. Answer it. Answer it.
Hello? Hey,
We can hear her.
I'm
just if you don't want
recording.
to. Hey, Tanya.
Yeah, Caleb said hey. Because he told me to.
You're his mother. You answer when your
Love you.
mom calls. I was trying to think of a question to ask her. That's on
She
me.
said-
That's on
she
me.
said you're-
That was
she-
content.
She said you're lying. I was
Yeah,
like,
we could
no.
hear her. We could hear
Yeah,
her.
I got Austin said tell her I said sup.
That's on me, guys. That was a missed opportunity. I'm sorry. But yeah, you had to answer. One of my brothers complained the other day. He said, "You never had me on the podcast." I said, "Jonathan's been on the podcast." He was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, he just called one day and I answered." That's how he was on the podcast. Said, "If you called me while I was recording, you might be on it too."
Yeah, so my Uncle Steven, he has Down syndrome, and he calls me about every show. He tries to FaceTime me. So I'll call him after and be like, "Hey, man, like, I was recording." He said, "Oh, man, sorry. I'm like, it's okay. You do it every week, so I'm just used to it at this point."
Well, his name looked like Steph on his email that he FaceTimes you with. And when I had your laptop for a while, every time we
Oh,
recorded, at some point, it looked like Steph something at gmail.com was calling. I just thought some girl was hitting you up.
So
Like, cool. Yeah, cool. Seen a lot of guys too.
What is that from?
Waterboy.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing. I love it, but I don't know what we're doing.
All right, we got any?
This is not. You said it's off season. This is not full blown off season. I don't know what you all think late June, July is going to be like, but
I can't wait.
a lot of this. And yes, I'm in with you. I cannot wait either.
Yeah.
Is
We
this
got
after
any-
dark? It's not even. It's
I don't
9
know.
right now.
Is do we have any fan questions? Maybe.
Let me check my notes. Austin, what do you got for me? I will answer anything about the great state of Tennessee and the worst state in the union. Well, sorry, it's not even a state. It's a commonwealth.
Oh yeah, episode 500 is going to be wild. Oh, do you want to hear a funny story since we're just down this hole?
Yeah, I would like to.
So the other night we went to Highwire. They had salsa night. You remember this?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd kind of forgotten until you said it.
Super weird. But anyway, so like Jacob takes a Snapchat of us and like a Snapchat video. What is happening? Anyway, and I don't know how, but like the next morning I get a picture and it's a screenshot of me and his Snapchat video of him going around the place. And it was Riley, and he's like, "Dude, that's my shirt." Oh, I think Caleb cut out. Caleb's at Wi-Fi. And also that kind of sucks. My freaking story didn't hit because he was. Joe or Dylan, one of y'all want to get in here and we'll chat a little bit? Caleb's power flickered, so damn this storm, Kentucky, man, just giving us all this bad weather. That damn Wi-Fi every time. Joey,
Hold up. Let's get this mic situation figured out. You hear me?
cool. Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go. I did just do the math on it. If we don't miss a show, our 500th will be October 1st, 2023. So,
Nice.
Seems like a. Let me do some.
Sounds like a perfect time to get in the hot tub and have the 500th episode.
Especially after who would Tennessee play that Saturday on the September 30th? Let's see. Who can do it quicker? It's 2 weeks before UConn. I know that. It'll be after the Kentucky game. Oh, wait, no. I'm backwards. After South Carolina. So that could be hopefully not a sad episode. Hopefully that's a win and we get to, I mean, that could be a great mixture.
There he is.
Power flickered, boys. I don't have internet right now.
Dang. I hope mine doesn't go out because I'm like a block away from
you all
me.
see the lights going crazy on me?
Well, so like during my story, like my lights were flickering. I'm like, what is going on? But mine never went out.
Lucky you. Yeah, I didn't look like it was going out at first. Finally got it. Did you finish telling the story?
Yeah, but what did you miss?
Yeah, I got Jacob was taking a video, and I kind of want to hear this. I don't want to make the viewers listen to it again, but this is my show, our show. So yeah, you're gonna have to do it.
So he went around with the phone, like taking a Snapchat of salsa night, and I get a screenshot from Riley the next morning, and he was like, "Dude, that's my shirt." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "That's my shirt." Dude, I've had his shirt for like a year and a half. I was like, how does this even happen?
That's hilarious.
Also, Riley, there's no way it still fits you.
All right. Internet's back on, boys.
Back.
We're back. I saw that I was supposed to answer a question. What question do I need to answer?
I don't remember.
Oh, give me your forecast on Will Levis. He couldn't. That's my forecast.
He couldn't what?
He couldn't work. That's my. What do you mean could work? Can he be your assistant because he doesn't have a career in the NFL?
Yeah, he doesn't have any what's it called? Experience. So I don't know if he'd be hired anywhere.
Good point.
Unless he's at like a mayonnaise taste
testing.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good job.
Yeah.
So the story about the shirt, I do have your black Nike socks. I meant to bring them last night. Totally forgot. So I have them.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care.
I want you to have them back, dude. Those are great socks. I shouldn't get to.
Are they tall ones?
Yeah, the ones you let me borrow in Vegas because I forgot to pack tall socks. I was wearing boots all night. Yeah.
I have like 80 pairs. So
how did you stockpile them?
Yeah, like, dude, I've had those socks since because I had to wear them like every day. And
which I think those do have. My problem was they always got holes in them, always.
Yeah.
Which I think the ones you gave me do have, like, they're definitely starting to get holes.
Oh, yeah. I've had them for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like, they just eventually. Well, and like you said, wore them every day.
Yeah.
They were that good. They were that comfortable. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, I don't know when they started making them, but like at least 2009 maybe to like 2014, Nike made these black socks, and they made them after, but they weren't the same material, and they sucked after like 2014.
Yeah. I also really like the white socks, but some reason I don't know if I just like.
No, they changed material. They had the white ones too, but the black's a classic.
Right.
They changed the material after like 2014 though. And
the white ones, I like those too, but then they like went out of style, and now they're back in style. So when they're out of style, I got rid of them all, and I just kept them.
Take them to Goodwill or something. Car them,
I guess, or throw them away.
Just let someone else.
That's weird. Don't buy socks at Carm. Oh God.
The only thing I get at Carm is my underwear.
Oh God. Jeez.
I always laugh when I see people's underwear there. I'm like, what? People? No, don't do that. You can get it at Walmart for $2.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, dude. If you're that, if you're hurting that bad for underwear, I'll go buy you some.
My underwear's kind of expensive, so I'm down, dude. Do that.
You'll be packed panties for sure.
I'm into that too.
All right. Any most importance?
I will answer, since we didn't have any other questions. I will answer Austin's question honestly for a second. Will Levis could work because he's not going to be a day one starter. He's going to have time to sit and learn, adapt. It's possible. Is it likely? No. That's why he would work, though.
He also, we have another one. Give the serious case why the folks should buy into Joe Milton for Heisman. Because Ben McKee said so.
That is a good point, too. I was going to say, just because he's obviously freakishly talented, he seems to be under not just more control of his talent, but also seems to have a better control of the offense as a whole. There'll still be plenty of talent around him. I know missing Hyatt and Tillman is tough, but you still have Jalen Wright, you still have Jabari Small, Dylan Sampson is now better. You still have Brew McCoy, you still have Squirrel White, you still have Ramel Keaton, you added Dante Thornton. There's a ton of talent on that offense. That offensive line, it definitely will take a step back, but I don't think a far step back. So,
yeah, and I just think part of it is just there's so much continuity with the staff.
That'll help.
Yeah, I think that helps a quarterback tremendously. I know we talk about JG a lot on this podcast, and what he did was rough.
But a lot of it.
Yeah, a lot of it comes with he had a different coordinator every single year. So
is this the first time we legitimately bailed him out? Is that the first time?
Yeah,
ever?
He didn't
that's personal
have
growth.
Yes, we're getting better every day. But he was kind of set up for failure anyway, and then he didn't make it any better on himself. So
yeah, fair.
Fair. Also, I just feel especially around the SEC, there's not a quarterback that I'm just like who has a better quarterback situation than Tennessee in the SEC?
Yeah, we talked about this. Maybe, LSU's has got to be kind of up there, similar to Tennessee's, with Jaden Daniels returning and seem to take steps forward. I think I've got to say, to be fair to kind of talking about progression and continuity, Spencer Rattler in South Carolina. I think Georgia's is not as good as Tennessee's, but maybe up there just because there's a wealth of talent around them and the guys there are 5 stars.
Devin Leary at Kentucky. I just think with transfers especially, I think it's a wait and see thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because off practice and off a spring game, I didn't think Hendon Hooker was going to be any good at Tennessee, and he was. Right. So I just think it has to be the perfect situation. Mm-hmm. Now Caleb Williams is a little bit different because he followed Lincoln Riley. It was a lot better transition. But when you're going into a whole different situation, I feel like it's hard to kind of gauge what that quarterback's going to look like.
Yeah, and I think there was also still some questions about Caleb Williams just because like you said, set up better for success because of the Lincoln Riley, him following him. But as far as just USC goes as a whole and the talent they had, there were questions. And by the way, they didn't win the Pac-12, right? Yes. Utah ended up winning it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So just want to note that.
Yeah. Just so.
But yeah, I think you're talking about better quarterback situations. I mean, the only ones that can be competitive, I think, are probably LSU and South Carolina, and they definitely aren't far better. You can't say they're definitely better than Tennessee.
It ain't Florida, that's for sure.
I don't know, man. You never know.
Graham Mertz, baby. You remember his freshman year? Everybody was like, dude, he's so good.
Graham Mertz?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
He had 2 good games. Like, holy crap, Wisconsin can throw the football.
See, who was before Graham Mertz? Who was that?
Oh,
I thought they were high on him. I thought they were like, no, they weren't high on him. Sorry, yes. And they were like, yeah, Graham Mertz, though, can throw it.
Yeah, because he was a freshman. They're like, holy crap, he's thrown for 5 touchdowns. What is this? And then he was horrible. When people actually got film on him, he was terrible.
And he played at Wisconsin, so
Yeah.
that didn't help.
Yeah.
Is what's his name going to be good in Wisconsin?
Matt Rule? I hope not.
No, Nebraska. Matt Rule's at Nebraska.
Oh, that's right.
Cincinnati coach. Blanking on his name right now.
I can see his stupid
Lord.
face.
Stupid face, dude. You were aggressive about people.
What is his name?
I cannot think of it right now.
Fickle. Thank you.
Luke Fickle.
Yeah, Luke Fickle.
Thank you for the pool of Joey Boots.
I said it's
Also-
stupid face because he's a Ohio State guy.
Fair. All right, fair point. He did Joey also got the pool. They used to be cotton and now they're performance cotton. Yeah, dude. You gotta be careful. All these 100% cotton people that are classics are going away from the 100% cotton. They're messing with us. It's not fair. Not fair at all.
Yeah, if it doesn't shrink when you put it in the dryer, something's wrong with it.
If you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. See, I don't have that like with the good cotton. I don't have that problem. I also don't do like high heat.
Well, it's
on
mostly
any of my
like
stuff.
shirts shrink.
See, I don't with my
Like 100%
Comfort colors.
shirts.
I don't shrink.
Yeah, I feel like that's like I'm talking like the cheap 100% cotton. I feel like Comfort Color is a little different.
Maybe.
Like
I don't know
ones where
anything.
you
I don't know
look
anything about laundry. I do know this. I've never, ever done whites and colors, and everything's turned out okay so far.
You've never done what?
Like separated darks and colors,
Oh, really?
or darks and whites. Sorry. Yeah. So nothing bad's happened yet. I used to get in a lot of trouble for having like anything dark with my white stuff.
I feel like it's got to be like a certain like jeans. I feel like jeans you probably don't want to do with.
First, I think so. I have had bad luck in like the first wash because I think a lot of that,
Yes,
like dock, but like all that comes off. But after that, I've never had a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not reading that.
Who was the Louisville coach? I saw that post. Where'd he go? And they played in the bowl game. Good Lord.
Well, Jeff Brom is their coach.
Cincinnati. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Right? No, not Cincinnati. Where'd he go? I didn't know Comfort Colors wasn't 100% cotton. I'm learning something new every day, guys.
Oh, that's
I
right.
thought Comfort Colors was 100% cotton. Apparently, it has polyester in it.
Scott Satterfield. Where did he go? Yeah,
That's it.
He went to Cincinnati.
Okay. Yeah. What a transition. All right, we ready to see me solve my Rubik's Cube?
Yeah.
Done. I'm proud of myself, guys, and Landon's hating on me. How many Rubik's Cubes have you solved?
At
life.
least 10.
Okay.
I started to do
I'll
one, and I don't have the attention span to sit down and do it. That's like I
Did you
can't really
try-
read books either. I can't.
Did you try to learn how to do it, or did you just try?
Somebody was teaching me at work how to do it, and like they gave me the algorithm.
See, I feel like that would be very difficult.
Yeah.
Whereas instead of having the algorithm in front of you.
Yeah, they were trying to like tell me the algorithm, and it was a mess. I hated it. Any most importance?
Yeah. Vol fan at the Liverpool Brentford game. Did we get this photo pulled up? Grant Ramey tweeted it out. I'm kind of like, we need to find this guy. Is he just a Tennessee fan living in England? Right there. Big power T. Can't miss it.
God,
That orange pops,
everywhere.
baby. Even in the EPL, that baby pops. Kind of like to hear this. This guy go from, see a Tennessee guy just went to Europe, went to the UK for this, and then went to a game. Is he living there? Is it a random English guy that likes the Vols? I need to know. I'm interested. Vol fans everywhere, though.
Is it one of those things
kinda-
where like you remember how they give away the? I can't remember.
No, we haven't played in any championship games, so they didn't print that gear.
Well,
That
you remember
happened
these
to us.
jerseys? Like like some like European football team got.
Yeah, it wasn't European. It was the like an Israel football league.
Yeah.
Ended up with the gray checkerboard Adidas jerseys that never made it to. Yep, that's real.
I love that. That's my favorite thing in the world.
Your favorite thing in the world. Calling cap on that, like the kids say.
Cap. Joey, Dylan, y'all got any most importance? I have one, and I'm just gonna kind of go off what we already kind of mentioned, but Tennessee softball, SEC champs, everything's cool, and then they have the number 1 seed in the SEC tournament. They will play, I think, Thursday. They'll play the winner of Florida and Kentucky in that 8-9 matchup. So get a first round bye in that tournament. But man, what a season they've had.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's awesome. I like to see him in Oklahoma. What city do they play in? World Series? College World Series?
Omaha. They might.
No?
I have no clue.
Is there an Omaha, Oklahoma?
Maybe.
Joe, do you have most important?
Yeah, I do. I got a video here. I don't usually drift into the NASCAR scene, but we had a nice. Dude, I'm about it. I've been the fan for the longest time. If you start giving me fist fights after every NASCAR fight, like it's actually a thing, I'm sold.
Dude, that was
the dude
full
that
jaw.
Why was the dude that grabbed him shocked to get punched?
I know, right? Like
he's like, "Oh, I didn't know this was physical."
Yeah.
And the guy stopped him. He's like, "I would have totally hit him if that guy didn't get between me and him." Totally, yeah, my ass. You got robbed.
Dude, like you said, jaw. I mean, you heard that thing.
Oh yeah, it was a good pop.
Well, dude, that's my thing about fights. Like, if you make contact with somebody, like you can't act like you got sucker punched.
Oh yeah, no, that's like why are you shocked?
Yeah, if you make contact, it's on.
Agreed.
So,
do you know what the fight was about? I heard. I assume it's wreck.
Hey, Rubbin's racing.
Yeah, I don't know. It was probably something. I don't know, who knows? I don't think it was. It was probably a wreck. Probably bumped into him or something. Some NASCAR terminology. I don't know, but
left turn.
The fight's coming. Yeah, something like that.
Kind of most important, Joe. Do you remember? I think it was just a year ago. Do you remember that guy? I think he was at a Yankees game that carved out he took a straw and put it down the hot dog and then drank his beer out of the hot dog. Will you do that this Friday?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Well, 9:30 a.m. Hot dog beer. Yeah.
With a straw.
Do you remember the video that he stuck?
I know you're talking about.
So
he turned the hot dog into the straw.
Yeah,
and drank the.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. He poked.
This Landon knows.
He didn't use a straw because then you would just. But he had a
right. He had a straw and he poked it through the hot dog, made a hole in the hot dog, and then used the hot dog as a straw. Here, I saw it. It popped back up on my feed, and I was cracking up because I'd kind of forgotten about it. And he's wearing a Yankees hat. I guess he didn't have to be at a Yankees game, but
while you're doing that, there you go. That was. Oh, I guess it was on your.
I can't see this.
Yeah, I do remember that video.
What is wrong with him?
You're right, Dylan. Yeah, I'm down to do that.
All right, cool. I kind of beer through a straw is terrible anyways. I can't imagine it through a hot dog straw, but got to try it once, right?
Gotta use ketchup, right? I didn't get to try Patriot Hills hot dogs. I don't know what they're doing on Friday at 2:00, but I went in there and they were like, no, only sandwiches. I was like, okay. I feel like this is I don't know. I feel like I've been cheaped out of a big part of my life, so I'm a little disappointed. And I lost 7.
I'm so sorry.
So.
You lost a 7? Wait, how did you leave it on the?
Yeah, somewhere. I got to 18, went to pull out my 7-iron again. It was like it's on the bag. So yeah, and I can't find my pitching wedgies either. So I'm down half my clubs.
Jesus.
We'll make
Good luck, Landon.
He's down.
I'll figure it out. The pitching wedge has to be somewhere.
So it kind of puts a wrench in my plan. Well, not really. You can just play with someone else's. We were going to do on one hole. You're going to do a 7-iron challenge. One club challenge on a hole with a 7-iron. So I guess I'll have to use someone else's 7-iron.
It's fine.
This is crap. I mean, Caleb's already trying to get you hammered off a freaking meat straw, and then he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a 7-iron after
I have it
learns
written
you
down.
lost.
I have it written down. Don't put that evil.
Don't you
on it.
worry. I'll come.
Yeah,
I'll come in clutch.
This is shit.
I was gonna say. I when you say lost it, I was kind of hoping for a better story. I know a guy we were playing, and he hit a bad shot with a 4-iron, and then kind of like re-swung like more aggressively just after the ball hit the ground, and he accidentally let go of the club as like coming through because he I guess swung so hard, and there was a river about 10 yards behind him, and just threw it in the river. Like I mean, not on purpose, and lost his 4-iron in the river. It was one of the funniest things I witnessed. But
wait, he lost this. He lost both clubs in the river. Or you're saying it was his 4-iron?
It was his 4-iron.
Okay,
He hit the ball.
Yeah.
He hit the ball, hit a bad shot, and then just swung like really hard, and I guess lost it on the follow through. So
is that a baseball bat?
It is.
He's holding a baseball bat.
Wooden baseball bat. Yeah, we were talking about fighting, and I was like, all right, well,
I'm glad you're ready. I do have one last little thing, and it's definitely not the most important, but I was really bored today, and saw something off TikTok and decided to run with it a little bit more. But all day basically I've been making group chats with random phone numbers and sending updates. So I just found this little picture of a kid playing baseball with like a tournament trophy. So I've just been telling random people that Jacob won a baseball tournament this weekend, and some responses come in. Like one earlier was like cute with like 3 exclamation marks. It's actually kind of working. So I'm just gonna keep the.
Have you made friends?
Going. Not yet. I didn't get. I took it a little too far in the one group chat and said, "Can't wait to see you guys this summer and stuff." So I'm trying to learn the process. But I don't know if you guys are ever bored at work or something.
I got stuck in a group chat 2016, I think, with 3 buddies. I don't even know how they had how they had my number, because they all had the same area code. And they're like, "Yeah, sorry, wrong number." And I was like, I mean, they were planning a trip, and I was like, "Well, you guys sound cool." And they're like, "Yeah, are you from Knoxville?" I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, we're big football fans or whatever. We want to come to a game." And then they were like, "Next week we're going to I think it was in South Carolina. They played Miami. I think they were Miami fans maybe. And they were coming up to South Carolina, and they were like, "Come meet us." And I was like, that kind of sounds like fun. I wish I'd gone. That would have been a great story. But yeah, made some buddies.
Like the Thanksgiving thing.
Yeah, that's like seeing those stories, which I guess I also could have ended up getting murdered, is the polar opposite of that. So I guess that's good also that I didn't do it. But yeah, like that you see that story where apparently like they're still going to their Thanksgiving. I'm like, I could have made friends for life, and I didn't. I'll let the thought of getting murdered keep me away.
God, speaking of South Carolina, somebody brought up that story that I told about me doing the fattest thing I've ever done. About like just robbing that tailgate of that freaking ice cold food. I forget who it was, but they're like, "Dude, that story that you told like a couple months ago, like that was hilarious."
Where you just ate cold chicken tenders?
Yeah,
kind of disgusting.
Oh, it is. Like in the moment, it was.
And DoorDash exists now, Landon.
Yeah, I'm not paying for DoorDash.
I mean,
my wife did it. My wife did it one time. She got a tea from Chick-fil-A, and it was like $9. And I was
she ordered a tea. That's all she got.
Yeah, dude.
So you can't do that with DoorDash. You got to order bulk, so you at least don't get screwed with the.
I could have lost my mind.
I made the South Carolina game. I made my brother drive me to Taco Bell, which was closed at like 11 o'clock. No, it was later than that because it was after the game. But Wendy's was open, so shout out to Wendy's. I also probably spent collectively this football season minimum $150 on Taco Bell late night football games. Staying up watching Pac-12 after dark. What was the game? Was it BYU Baylor? That terrible overtime game that went into like 3 a.m. Yeah, I ordered Taco Bell, and it was the sketchiest DoorDash experience of my life. I met the DoorDash person like out front. I was staying in Chattanooga at Airbnb for a wedding. Dude, I swear to God, they didn't stop the car. Their passenger just like held it out, and they just kept driving. I was like, what is going on? But Taco Bell clutch that time of the day.
Clutch. Any fails?
Maybe, but I do also want to mention before we do that, Frank Gore of the week. It's Coach O. He locked down a new broad.
Yeah,
and
good for him.
I gotta think looking at her, he's gotta have a Frank Gore on him. Joey.
It's not after dark yet.
This isn't after. I mean, my phone's after dark. Good Lord. How do I
No, just the Frank Gore. I mean, yeah, it's cool.
let me get where's my camera at?
There it goes. Stop.
Is that good? Is that it?
You're good. He was the one that he was just like that picture of him was in bed with like some random like 28-year-old, right?
Yes, I say she was very young. This isn't that young, but definitely younger than him.
Good for him. He stays winning. I appreciate the hustle.
All right, fail of the week. Let me.
He has the best job of all time. He's a fired SEC football coach
from his the school he loves the most, and he won a national championship there.
Oh yeah, he's living. He'll never have to work again. Good for him.
Butch Jones did that, right? Basically,
sort of, yeah.
Basically,
he won his Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Battle of Bristol.
Yep, there you go.
Well, his favorite school though is whoever Brian Kelly coached at before him.
True, LSU. 5 years, you're gonna have Butch Jones as your head coach. Congratulations.
Yeah. I have the New Mexico State basketball team. Like the story keeps coming up, dude. It's unreal. Where is this? Oh, after the game at UTEP, when we lost, they pants one of the assistants. One assistant coach had his pants pulled down while he slept on the bus, he said, and another was targeted but yelled enough to dissuade the attackers. Like they didn't see
the
it.
Attackers. That is my
other
favorite.
coaches acted like they didn't see it. Bro, what?
I read
this
that.
This is a college basketball team, and they are just pantsing their coaches after losses. What the hell? Dude, just get rid of the basketball program.
They did. I mean, that's what they did.
Like, there's no longer a basketball program.
Well, they canceled the season. So
I feel like it
one
just needs
step
to
in the right direction.
Be gone for like 5 years and then start fresh. Like maybe you just plant the seed, let it grow a little bit, just like restart the whole process.
You got to kill the whole yard. Too many weeds. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
But dude, could you imagine like being a coach coming in after you lose, just like yell at your team, and a guy is just like there to just pull your pants down? Like, what?
No, I certainly can't imagine that.
Oh my God. Like, I love it. It's the greatest.
My fail of the week, it's on me. Hand up. I'm gotten into like trashy television. And I think I'm gonna watch the Alabama sorority thing on HBO because I think it's gonna be full of drama and just the dumbest people of all time. And I'm excited.
What is it?
They did a Alabama sorority thing. They followed them at Rush Week.
Like uncovering the truth about sorority rush at
Good God. Morgan Wallen is going to be so naked in that.
He's going to be like featured in 5 or 6 episodes.
But I just know there's going to be girls crying about the dumbest things, and it's just going to be trashy television, and I can't wait.
Oh, dude, Morgan Wallen's going to lose his voice so much. He might not have any lines in the actual show. He's just mute.
He has to be. He's trying to run this PR scheme, you know? Did you see, speaking of that, Mark Nagy's had the worst luck. He was at that concert that got canceled. Now he's at Taylor Swift in Nashville, and they were in a storm delay tonight.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Friend of the pod. Hate it for him. Kind of funny that that's happened, but hate it for him. Outdoor concerts.
Taylor Swift concerts are nuts.
70,000 people. Also, some of the videos, I guess the stage isn't like, which I don't know. She's so performative. I don't know how she could do like a center stage like Garth. Like she's like hers is like a full on. I went to a Taylor Swift concert in 2013. It was awesome, by the way. No, like I'd go again. Not for the amount of money, It's stupid. But it's like, I mean, it's like a show, like costume changes, set changes, like all the stuff. So I guess she couldn't do a center stage. So they have it on one end of Nissan. There were people like sitting behind the stage. I was like, how much money did you pay to sit behind the stage?
Dude, like I want to know, why is there so many people like posting on their like stories and stuff of them crying when like she comes out? Like, is
That's
it
what it
that
is.
serious?
It's like the thing is that she does, I guess, like one or two songs that like you don't know what it's going to be, and she doesn't repeat, and people build up like this. Like, I mean, I understand. Like, maybe I just don't know. Like, it's a song. Even like seeing the person, I get like you've never seen Taylor Swift, you're the biggest fan. She comes out on stage, you start bawling your eyes. But like these girls think that like their favorite song is going to be up, and then it's not, and they like have an emotional breakdown. They're like, I thought that.
Oh, they're sad crying.
Well, there's both.
Oh, I thought they were
there's
like
happy.
happy.
I've seen,
okay.
I've seen a
totally
lot
both.
of happy crying.
Yeah, it's mostly
Okay.
happy, but I've seen a lot of TikTok women like
Which is
breaking
weird.
down
I mean,
because their song
that
wasn't
is
played.
very cult-ish.
It's a cult.
It's like, dude, it is a cult. Have you not heard of the Swifties?
Oh,
First off, us talking about this, we got to tweet out the clips so we can. I mean, listen, no such thing as bad publicity. We need the Swifties after us. Tweet out Landon talking trash about it and get the Swifties on us. Bring the heat.
Bring it.
Because I'm a Swiftie, but don't tell them that. Bring them.
I actually got
Dude.
engaged to a Taylor Swift song, so like I could technically be a Swiftie.
Yeah, you could very well be, but you're also talking bad about the Swifties, and that's dangerous territory.
I mean,
You might get canceled.
I
bro.
just don't know. Like, what is it like her new album, or is it like
No.
She
old
performs
songs?
She performs everything, dude.
Really?
Dude, her shows are
Because
awesome.
I'm like, yeah, like the stuff like back when we were in high school, like that'd be banging. But her
I think
recent
it all
stuff, I'm
slaps.
just like,
it all slaps.
eh.
All good listens. You're right. Like old Taylor on repeat, but it's all good.
I can't believe you want the Swifties after us. I mean, that's.
Go ahead and clip this.
Yeah, I don't follow that.
Go ahead and
I'm
clip
staying
this.
out of that one. I fully trust the Swifties. I'm not. Trust me.
Just land and say it again. Talk about how weird it is that people cry. Let's see if we can get a good grab.
Oh,
Go.
it's super weird. I don't understand.
No,
why
do
you're-
the whole thing. Ready, new lines. Your lines are make fun of them outright, say their names, call them Swifties. Ready, action.
Swifties, stop crying. You don't want the smoke.
I don't actually, so keep me away.
It is weird that people like doing that outside the stadium. Maybe I kind of understand the experience of it all. Maybe I can't make fun of it. I had tears after we beat Alabama. I get it. But outside the stadium, that I don't know if I would have cried at home.
I just think like how easy it is to listen to somebody's music. I just don't understand like why. I understand concerts are totally different. I understand that. But I don't understand like why there is such an emotional connection in that moment. Like why are people like happy crying that she's coming out? Like you just listened to her on the way to the concert.
Concert hack that it's hard to follow because when you see your favorite. But someone told me they're a heavy concert attender, and I've been doing it since, and it almost makes a concert better for me. Maybe it won't for you. If you know you're going to a concert 7 days, week before, do not listen to them at all. Turn it off. Take it off your playlist. Don't listen to them. Like cleanse yourself of it. And like it's made the concert experience better for me personally.
That's fair. I don't understand I do understand like the in-person concert thing if you're like this huge Taylor Swift fan, being in presence of her, like I guess in person.
What about from behind her?
Yeah, well that's bonk. But like outside outside the stadium is like I don't, because then you're like, yeah, you're actually just hearing a song over speakers. They could actually just play it without her being there, and would you have the same reaction? No.
And it's probably like bad quality. You could probably have better quality if you just listen.
Actually,
to the
dude,
car.
No, dude, I was shocked. It sounded like they did have speakers on the bridge in Nashville. It was shockingly good from out there.
But yeah, like it's loud music. Like it didn't have to necessarily be her.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you're fair. Like that's
Well,
totally fair.
live,
I'm
I
just
guess.
saying I was shocked by how good the sound quality was from the bridge in Nashville. It's crazy. TikTok, dude. Taking over TikTok, Nashville. Also, every person I know has been to Taylor Swift in the last 2 weeks in Atlanta, Nashville, and everyone was complaining about how hard the tickets get. How is everyone getting tickets?
Good point.
Do all these people have $1,600 to spend? I don't understand.
Good point. Yeah, I thought it was impossible to get tickets, but you're right. I mean, I've probably I probably know about 200 people that have been in the past week or two, just
Mhm.
across the past couple cities.
Yeah, I've been to way more people. I know I've been around way more people that have been to Taylor Swift concerts than first round draft picks, and I've been around a lot of first round draft picks.
Yeah, same. It's a good point. I do have one little stupidity. If you guys missed the exciting whatever that is the coronation of the old people in England, you might have missed. I mean, you got to see all the angles, right? I think it was like 8-hour coverage of whatever. But one angle you might have missed was that somebody at some point snuck on to the fancy Buckingham Palace lawn. I actually don't know anything about Europe, but they took a lawnmower out and put that up. So when you didn't see aerial, you didn't see aerial footage of that view this weekend, which I wish we did because I feel like that would have at least made it a little bit more fun to watch. But that's actually massive too. When you really like, there's people standing next to it. They probably don't even know they're standing next to it. But so yeah.
Heck yeah.
Number one, how does someone do that? Number two, how do they not notice? And then how do you not just mow everything around it to get the wiener out of the ground?
Really, like, great detail. Like that's
it's incredibly shaped. Yeah.
Yeah, they knew exactly when to turn that blade off.
Yeah. That is a little too perfect.
Yeah, that's a pro.
That is one of the more incredible works of art I've seen.
It's definitely a landscaper or a lawn care person of some sort that did it.
Yeah, maybe Buckingham Palace should have waited to fire that guy until after.
Narrow your search down a little bit. I did it for you, so you're welcome.
Maybe it was Megan.
That was a pro.
Oh, good call. Were they allowed to be at the coronation? I haven't followed it all.
Probably.
You're supposed to be boots on the ground.
It was probably 21 Savage.
Oh yeah, good point. He is British.
Yeah.
Oh.
We didn't lose the war, or they didn't. Yeah, we didn't lose the war. So I focus on American grounds.
Any penises going on in America this week?
Damn straight. I'm sure there is somewhere. I probably should do a little better job keeping up on it.
All right, you're on Penis Watch this week, and
for you, Frank Gore. All right, that's all I got.
Sorry for tangenting this show, but it was better than what we could have done.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time.
That was a great time. Landon is going to probably not live to see tomorrow.
Yeah,
sorry.
I want all the smoke. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Have a good week. And we'll be back tomorrow with the bat flip, back Thursday with more important issues, talking, whatever else is going on in the off season, with baseball thrown in there as well. So thanks for listening. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.